being in this surround which is highly charged and a blissful surround, wherein with the least effort one can easily slide and interiorize. It takes few moments to dive within. In comparison with this surround, normally it takes a fair amount of time, and yet one is not able to succeed to maintain a stillness and inner silence within. I can even say to interiorize becomes very difficult. But in this charged surround, you simply slide on the laps of Mother Ganges, under the blessedness of Himalayas, with all flora and fauna around, this virgin beauty of Himalayas, it draws you inward. Without much of effort, you simply slide. I was planning for past couple of months to say very few words upon the importance of deep understanding that we term as bodha in Sanskrit. This deeper understanding, the bodha, is not something which you contemplate yourself. It is not based upon the inputs of information that we gather from our outward resources, especially the sensorial organs. So I was planning to be at some place of this kind where I could say something about that. Provided you are able to draw inward into an inner silence, a moment comes when certain things start surfacing within your own depths. They may be corresponding to any subject of your life, directly or indirectly, but you start observing certain facts which unravel within you, unheard facts. In regards to your existing issues and situations of life, many new broader aspects, they unravel themselves. And that is termed as bodha. Bodha, the deeper understanding. If one is able to connect every day, then a time must be allocated for an inner silence that we term as maun. Maun does not mean necessarily the silence of your mouth. That is merely an outward aspect of the inner silence. Maun means wherein there is no activity at the end of your mind, be it in the form of thoughts, imagination, recall of some memories from the past or whatever. If you are able to create a schedule on daily basis, easily term it as meditation. If you are able to create such a schedule on daily basis, maybe for 10 minutes in the light of your inner silence, you will start observing, if you stay with consistency, new inputs of knowledge unraveling within you. You may not be able to directly ascertain the source of such manifestation, where from it is coming. Like in a waterfall, when we sight upward, we see some source where from that flow is falling downward. Whereas in the case of deep understanding, you will not be able to ascertain the source, except that you will start observing different facts. Then if you start writing them down, somewhere, and with a precaution and a premonition not to read them at that moment. I'm suggesting something weird, but it's magical. Don't read what you've written right at that moment. Let around 15 to 20 days pass, or maybe a month. Become oblivion to what you had written on any day. After a month, then you pick up that same diary and try to go through what you had written, scripted 30 days ago. You'll be astonished. When your active mind is not intervening, trying to get involved into some kind of judgment, then those input of intuits gathered during deep understanding, moments of deep understanding, they reveal before you something which no counselor of any kind, or the highest esteem in the world, can recommend you. This has been my experience, and the experience which I have also shared with a large number of people. Whosoever has sincerely followed has unraveled the same fact. Try to fetch that opportunity of inner silence within you on a consistent basis. The moment you come out of the inner silence, whatever you observe, and if you observe nothing coming down to you, then don't write anything. It is not mandatory for you to script something or the other. And don't come in its way, however weird it may appear at that moment of time. Do justice with an unbiased insight, and just write it down and forget it for next 30 days. Believe me, you will become Swaguru. You know what is Swaguru? Becoming Guru of your own self. Then you would not be in search for any outward source which may or may not be able to understand you in entirety. But you, within from you, whatever shall sprung will be the pure message most ideal for your situations. So unravel the divinity which is already pervaded into you by securing that opportunity on consistent basis to undergo inner silence in true form. That's all I wanted to share.